I flew home after 15 years to surprise my family, but the moment my granddaughter locked eyes with me, she whispered something no child should ever say. "Grandpa, are you here to save us?" My name is Daniel Harper, and for most of my adult life, I believed sacrifice meant distance. I worked offshore engineering contracts across Europe and Asia, Norway, Germany, South Korea, chasing deadlines instead of dinners, promotions instead of parent-teacher meetings. Every dollar I earned had one purpose: security for my daughter Laura and her child. I told myself absence was temporary, love was permanent. I was wrong about one of those things. I came back to Michigan in early autumn, unannounced. No calls, no hints, just a rental car, a suitcase, and a heart full of anticipation. I imagined Laura crying when she saw me, my granddaughter Mia running into my arms. I pictured laughter, photos, forgiveness for all the moments I'd missed. The house on Riverbend Road looked the same from a distance, but as I got closer, the details felt wrong. Peeling paint, curtains drawn in the middle of the day, the front porch light broken. I unlocked the door with a key I'd never stopped carrying. Inside, the air felt heavy, like the walls were holding their breath. "Laura?" I called. No answer. I stepped into the living room, and that's when I saw the rules taped to the wall. No talking after 8 p.m., no calls without permission. Failure to obey has consequences. My stomach dropped. From the hallway came the sound of slow steps. Laura appeared, pale and thin, wearing clothes that didn't fit her anymore. She froze when she saw me, like she couldn't trust her eyes. "Dad?" she whispered. Before I could move, Mia peeked out from behind her. She stared at me for a long moment, then asked quietly, "Are you here to save us?" That question shattered me. Behind them stood Brian, Laura's husband. He smiled. Not a welcoming smile, a territorial one. "Well," he said casually, "this is unexpected." That night, after Brian went out with friends, Laura finally broke. She told me everything. After Mia was born, Laura developed severe anxiety, panic attacks, sleepless nights. Brian convinced her to quit her job temporarily. He said he'd take care of everything. When she resisted, he reminded her the house was in his name now. I didn't understand that part until she showed me the paperwork. While Laura had been hospitalized for exhaustion and anxiety, Brian brought documents to her bedside. He said they were insurance updates, medical forms. "Just sign so I can help you," he told her. They weren't. They were asset transfers, full financial control, power of attorney. When Laura recovered and realized what she'd signed, Brian changed. Rules replaced affection, surveillance replaced trust. He controlled her phone, her money, even when she could speak. Mia learned quickly that silence was safety. "Sometimes," Laura said, voice shaking, "he'd make me stand in the corner while Mia watched. He said it was discipline." I felt something inside me harden into purpose. That night, I slept with my shoes on. The next morning, while Brian was at work, I took Laura and Mia to the hospital. Doctors documented old injuries Laura had learned to hide. A therapist spoke with Mia, who calmly described punishments no child should understand. Then I hired an attorney. A good one. The investigation uncovered everything. Brian had drained Laura's savings, taken loans in her name, isolated her from friends and family, including me. He'd even intercepted my emails replying for her. The restraining order was granted immediately. Brian violated it the same evening. He showed up drunk, pounding on the door, screaming that Laura belonged to him. Police arrived, neighbors filmed. Mia watched from the stairs holding my hand. That video played in court. Brian was convicted of coercive control, financial exploitation, domestic abuse, and child endangerment, sentenced to 20 years. When the judge read the verdict, Laura cried, not from sadness, but relief. Today, the house on Riverbend Road is different. Windows open, photos back on the walls, laughter where fear once lived. Laura is rebuilding her life slowly and bravely. She's in therapy, back in school, learning to trust her own voice again. Mia sleeps through the night now. Every evening, she asks the same question. Grandpa, are you going away again? And every time, I give the same answer. No, sweetheart, I'm home for good. Here's what I learned. Too late, but not too late to matter. Abuse hides behind closed doors and polite smiles. Silence is not peace. And love doesn't count the money you send, it counts the times you show up. If you're far from home chasing success, remember this. Your presence may be the rescue someone is praying for. Sometimes the greatest thing a parent can do is come home unannounced and refuse to leave again. If this story moved you, share it. Someone reading this might be waiting, quietly, for their own rescue.